Richardson. I am going to give an informational class on fire safety. Fire can be devastating to both property and people. The U.S. problem. I am going to read from you from the National Fire Protection Agency's report, Fire Loss in the United States from 2012. In 2012, there were 1,375,000 fires reported in the United States. These fires caused 2,855 civilian deaths, 16,500 civilian injuries, $12.4 billion in property damage. These statistics are frightening, but good workplace fire safety can prevent the loss of life, injury, and even prevent the fire itself. I have been professionally working with fire prevention and safety for over 25 years, which includes homes, businesses, and forestry. Luckily, I have had no devastating stories that I can reflect to you, but if you ever watch the news, you will hear that almost daily there's fire events. Okay, proper training on fire safety, prevention, response, and recovery will lower the deaths and injuries and cost of fires. So I'm going to cover prevention, response, and recovery and a means to reduce the cost and the deaths. First, I would like to cover prevention, avoiding a fire. You need to evaluate your hazards. If you're walking around a property, inspect regularly. Look around to see if there's faulty light switches, wires sticking out of your lights, piles of debris, trash, clothing around combustible materials. Nice, safe workplace is a clean workplace where a fire will not happen because of too much trash. Detection and fire equipment. Visual aid would be a fire extinguisher. Okay? We all know what a fire extinguisher looks like. On a fire extinguisher, there's a picture, A, B, and C, how to use it. Hold the pin. Everybody's seen these pictures, correct? Yes. Hold the pin. Take the hose, aim it at the base of the fire. Pull the handle, sweep side to side. Okay? At the base of the fire, that'll put it out. Detection devices. In a building such as this, we have sprinkler systems throughout the building, which mean we are not required to have fire extinguishers, but we do. Okay? Safety equipment would also mean the monitoring system for the fire. Okay? If the fire alarm goes off, the monitoring system calls the fire department automatically. You need to make sure that these systems are up and working. Annunciator panels, such as this building, are located at the front and in the nursing station in Sage. Make sure they're working. When you come in and start your shift, look at them. So if you see lights, it should be green, and it should say no trouble. Next, we're going to deal with personnel. In this building, we have a fire captain who is normally the director or the head nurse in charge. All the personnel that are on shift are trained in order to go to where you need to for the fires. We all know where the annunciator panels are. Look at an annunciator panel or communicate via the radios. Okay? So, new people, we'll have further discussion on how the building actually works and our own procedures. This is just a general class. Okay? Okay? Exits. Know where your exits are. There's no better way to get away from the fire than get out the closest exit. Make sense? So know where your exits are and make sure when you're walking around doing your inspections you don't see anything chained. You ought to be able to exit anywhere you want to. The alarms might go off for the burglary alarm, but you should be able to get out, check to make sure nothing's chained. Fire drills. Make sure that we practice fire drills on a regular basis. If you only go through and you question people on occasion, where are the fire extinguishers? Where are the pull stations? Where are your exits? That is wonderful stuff to know that needs to be questioned often. If we have a fire drill, we have fire doors. Which areas need to evacuate? Okay? If the fire doors are on this end and the fire is in the center, you do not have to evacuate the two ends. Does this make sense to everybody? Yes. Only where the fire is located. Second, if prevention has not worked for you, then you will need to know how to respond to a fire. Responding to a fire, communication of the location. Everybody in the building should know where it is so you don't run into it. Good?
Yeah.
Evacuation. Know which doors are available to you and which ones you can leave. Good to go? How do you properly check a door in case there's a fire in the building and you're trying to help residents evacuate? In order to properly check a door before you enter it, you use the back of your hand. The back of your hand can be useless, burnt, gone, and you can still use this to help open doorknobs, push walkers, assist people that are injured out because this part is not hurt. Okay? You can blister this. This still works. We're good on that. Who should you help first? Those who cannot help themselves. If you have somebody with a broken leg on crutches and they're hobbling down the hallway, the person behind them is demented and can't figure it out and they're going to just sitting there, let the person that's actually making a movement towards the exit go. Help the one that can't help themselves. Teamwork. When you go down through a fire situation, teamwork is essential. The fire extinguishers are meant not exactly to put out the fire, but to provide you with a way to an exit if need be. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're not professional firefighters. There's people that get paid. The fire extinguisher should help you out. If you're a trained maintenance director, anything like that, and you're not afraid to attempt to fight the fire, go for it. If you come towards the fire, bring me another fire extinguisher, because I'm going to be helping others out and seeing what I can contain until we get people done. Accountability. Accountability on all the personnel in the building, including residents, needs to happen. Have one central location or one location in the front of the building, one location in the back. People communicate with a radio. Okay? As long as we have combined accountability of all personnel, we are good. Lastly, I'd like to cover the procedures to properly recover from a fire or drill. Recovery procedures after a fire or drill are: follow the directions of professional emergency personnel. By now, everybody on the property should be out, accounted for, and the professionals have taken over. So, follow their direction. They're in charge. They're going to tell you what to do next. After you have an all clear from the professional firefighters, reset and enable all prevention devices that we talked about earlier. The sprinkler heads, the fire alarm systems, the pull stations that might have got pulled that are by the exits. Ensure that all personnel and residents are comfortable and safe. Make sense? They've already had a scare. You've had a scare. It's time to calm down and make sure everybody is safe and in place. Evaluate and begin repairs on damages. Now that we've had a fire, we need to close off a certain area according to what the professionals are going to tell us. And we're going to start evaluating how much damage has been done, how much we need to shut down, who do we need to send off to hotels, whatever else we need to do. Contact a construction company to begin the repairs. Ensure the proper paperwork is filed and accountability and damages are recorded. It doesn't do you any good to have the fire, you just started rebuilding, you didn't take any pictures, you didn't take an accountability of your personnel. That doesn't do you much good. Job isn't done until the paperwork is complete. In conclusion, we have covered the prevention, response, and recovery of fire safety training. Through this information provided, I hope you have learned how to keep yourself and others safe from a fire. Proper prevention, response, and recovery will not only reduce deaths and injuries, but will help eliminate the cost of fires. Please be safe out there and use common sense as you're going along with your training. Everybody, going to the next meeting at 3 o'clock. I will go into more detail on the rest of the fire safety.
Okay.
A+. Yay.
Are you done? Dan, did you stop it?
Oh, just keep going.
The right
Read it
way.
again.
Rewind.